Do you need to go use the restroom or anything?
I'm good at the
Because
moment.
you look sleepy still.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm actually not. Funny enough. No, we can use that as a segue.
I'm about to say, would you like some caffeine real quick?
I am
Candy?
good. I'm actually
All right.
good. Oh my god, dude! I finally broke into my Valhalla Java. Oh, that the stuff from Death Wish.
It's what, Valhalla Java?
Valhalla Java.
That sounds like a fun name at least.
It is. So I used to just. So for Christmas, the wife got me the espresso machine.
Right.
I've got the coffee grinder. I can now grind it the way I want it. So I can do a nice coarse grind when I do my the French press.
Right.
I can grind it specifically for the Chemex. I'm going to buy. I kind of told Death Wish I did because I was trying to get a gig with him, but I haven't done it yet. But I'm buying a Belgian double siphon, which is this huge like bronze contraption. That's just like, you ever seen like a scientist make coffee in like a lab?
Yeah.
That device.
Okay. That's just way overkill.
Shut up.
It's way overkill and you know.
Shut up. So
This would be the
experimenting-
strongest drop of coffee in the world.
Yes. So I am experimenting with different ways you can you can make the coffee.
Sure.
I finally made espresso with that. Oh my god.
So,
Because the whole point of espresso is it's a lot of coffee flavor,
yeah.
but it's condensed. It uses it uses a lot less water.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the flavor is condensed there because it comes in at a lot of pressure,
Right.
a lot of temperature. So you get it infuses.
Full extraction, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you get way more than you get with the normal cup of coffee. It's almost in fact the same amount of grounds as like a whole cup of coffee, but in like that little bit of fluid.
Yeah, it's like almost like the Colombian shot, right?
Remember we used to go to the Cuban spot? And I
Yeah.
used to get the coffee?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Fucking like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Insta
my
fuel.
god. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Cuban coffee.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I want to play the Carne Frita now.
All right, so now I miss that place too. All right, so because you mentioned it, now I'm gonna butcher this so fucking bad. So I apologize to anybody who hears this beforehand. I'm fucking terrible. I think it was like Iranian coffee or whatever it is. I was in Texas. I went to go visit Dell, like the Dell headquarters.
Yeah.
I was there. I hadn't slept. Like literally, I hadn't slept in over 24 hours.
Yeah.
And there was a coffee place. You know me, I don't do coffee. But the guy had these super fine grains, and he poured the water, and he just went back and forth, and then scooped
Turkish coffee.
Turkish coffee.
Yes.
My God,
Yes.
it was so good.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was good.
So the other one, I'm not a tea drinker,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm getting into yerba mate. It's a South American style of tea, and you make it in a special type of cup, right? You
Okay.
take the raw tea, you pour it into the cup about half full,
Okay.
and then you basically tilt it on its side, so all the mate, all the tea leaves get on this side, right? And then you take a special, like, it's literally a straw with a siphon on it, and you wet some of the leaves with cold water. You gotta dig the siphon under the tea leaves, right? And then you pour a little more tea on there, and then you pour in the water. But you don't pour in boiling water. You have to get water that's at a certain temperature, and slowly the leaves infuse, and it lets out. It's essentially the espresso version of tea. Let me show you.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yoko, you got to pull up a picture of what this looks like. It is. It is an amazing amount of work, but this is the cup that you get. I was one of my that's not a good picture of it. One of the guys that I do car stuff with, this is what the cup looks like when you're done. I mean, it looks like a bowl of hash.
It kind of does.
Yeah. But then they get into like some really crazy like design stuff with it. And he was showing this to me, and I was like, why are you drinking a bowl of pot? And he's like, have a sip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, holy shit.
So just flavor?
It's bitter.
Oh.
It's bitter, but like, coffee's bitter, right?
Eh.
Bitter can be good.
This coming from the guy who drinks IPAs. Let's be honest, bitter's not for everybody.
Bitter's not for everybody.
It is for some people,
But
and if it's your thing,
bitter
it's your
can
thing.
also mean tons of flavor.
Right.
Oh my god, the amount of flavor and the energy, because it's tea, it's not coffee. Like coffee is
Right.
almost like pure caffeine.
Right.
This was
I'm listening.
like injecting energy directly into your veins. It was phenomenal.
Elderell's awesome. So
Shouts out to Eldra, who just spent how many hours?
So on and off, at least 3. We started at 7 o'clock tonight. We went
Hold
out
on.
for.
I got over to your house at 7 o'clock
Yeah.
tonight because we are gonna set up. What do you guys think about the new
Yeah,
layout?
this is potentially the new layout. We're trying something new here.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think.
Yeah, you like the couch.
I love the couch.
Yeah, it's more comfortable.
I do not like the fact that I have to discharge.
It's a shocking amount. So he goes to grab the mixer earlier. They're like, "Hey, I need you to turn this thing off real quick." He goes, yeah. Walks over, zot. I'm like, "What the?" When you have to stand up.
No, the one that scared me is when I reached for your mixer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's got a really nice XLR mixer.
You don't want to know how much.
And as soon as I felt that jolt, I was like, if I short this out, I am going to kill myself before he can kill me. That is a beautiful mixer. I was like, I'm going to short this motherfucker out.
This is the same one I use for my audio in my stream room.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that would have been like, and we're not streaming for the next few weeks as this thing goes back to warranty.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, thank you, Elderell, for
Big
your
shout out.
time.
Yes.
Like, I know your time is valuable, and I know that. So thank you sincerely. I really mean that. Elden Ring's getting an expansion.
Oh, they've been talking about that for a while.
No, like the trailer dropped.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the trailer dropped, and a lot of people are losing their shit because it showed some really badass bosses. Obviously, it showed some new abilities, and then it showed a couple people that you wanted to see more content from.
Oh, good.
With more content. Now, not necessarily the ones you're thinking, right?
Okay.
We didn't see waifu. We didn't see more waifu.
Okay.
But I think Michelina, which is the one with the the one who offers you a new car, right?
Yeah.
She wants to give you an Accord. So you haven't seen the videos for that?
No.
I'd like to offer you an Accord. The car goes up. I was like, I hate you so much. They hit right around when the game first dropped. It was great.
Okay, in fairness, I was avoiding spoilers and all that, so I avoided a lot of stuff when the game came out.
That was literally the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
The first bonfire you come to.
Yeah,
that's what
I caught that.
But
I'm just like,
I
didn't watch a lot of content because when the
which is fair. Man, it wasn't you that I talked to about the sword, was it? The Millennia sword.
Oh yeah,
that was like, I think it was a couple podcasts ago, wasn't it?
That was.
Oh my god. Yeah. Still,
I think it was the last podcast. In fact,
actually, I think it was. Yeah. Anyways, I just want to mention, brand new DLC. That puts a date on this.
So
but
mad at me. You would have been raging if you had seen how I fought that last boss.
Yes, you and I have different play styles when it comes to Elden Ring.
0 armor.
You went just fast roll. Okay.
0 armor.
Yeah.
Just the face mask. The bandit's face mask.
Okay.
But all of my weight, every ounce of weight, was just in
your weapons.
Just in my weapons. I had that big long katana. I can't remember the boss I was supposed to beat much later in the game. That I kind of
stubborned your way through.
Well, if you sneak up on him, it's really not that hard.
Which boss were we talking about?
He's I forget his name now, but he's under he's supposed to help you out later on.
He's not a boss.
Okay, he's not a boss. He's supposed to help you out later on. He's got that giant katana.
Yeah, the samurai under the bridge.
Yeah, the samurai under the bridge. There you go. Yeah. So I know you eventually have to fight him, but yeah. So I've got his sword, which I know is way early, and I
a lot of people did that.
Yeah.
So to cut things off a little bit, if you follow his storyline all the way to the end, yes, you have to fight him.
Yeah.
But
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
Okay. So and the Thunder Trolls, can't remember what they're actually called. That there's the guys that are right below that. Like if you drop down from that level, there's the dudes on horseback that are that have the wolves.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since launch.
But they have these giant, basically like giant meat cleaver looking things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got one of those in one hand, the giant katana in the other. Giant katana is my primary. That's my secondary. And I just went in there and I would roll through everything he did.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while to get the pattern down. And I told you, once he switched it up, once he started bringing down the magic warhammer,
Right.
yeah, it was like, okay, this is scary. But I realized it's literally the same maneuver. It's just he's got a new attachment, and it's once you roll through it, it's a thing. So once I figured out the pattern, I was just like, slice, back away, jump in the air, roll, slice, back away, jump in the air, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, once I had the pattern, I'm like, this guy's a joke.
Yeah, there's a few that have very simple rotations.
Yeah.
And then there are other ones that are just like, did you ever fight the snake?
No.
Okay.
I'm still very early in the game because remember I got distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when you put me in an open world game, I go, ooh, pretty. What's this over here? Oh, what's that over there? And so I spent hours just exploring and having
exploring
a
and
good time,
side questing the whole time,
but never doing the story.
Yep.
But to me, that was fun,
and that's okay.
I enjoyed
Play Elden Ring the way that makes you happy.
Yes.
Fuck everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
that was my problem. I couldn't stream it because everyone's like, go over here, go over there,
do this, go do this.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm enjoying the landscape is beautiful. The stuff you can do just to like F off time is wonderful.
Now, the funny part is Elden Ring is the first time they've done that. Most of us have come from the Souls background, where Dark Souls, you could wander around a little bit, but there was effectively a path and a progression that made the most sense. Elden Ring...
Well, Elden Ring's not even the same producer either.
No. Same studio, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Although I think I heard he's coming back.
Good.
But I don't know. I don't know for sure. I haven't dug much into it. Armored Core, was that your thing?
No.
Okay, it wasn't my thing.
Armored Core would be my thing, but it wasn't on
your list of the games you need to play?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. There's a lot of games. I know you and I talked about this before, where I tend to buy a lot of games and burn through them. But because of the kind of content you do on YouTube,
I don't have that opportunity.
You don't have the opportunity to really play those kind of games. Or at least dig into them, especially if you're doing on or off stream.
Yeah. So it's like with me with when Starship Troopers first came out.
Yes.
Oh my god, I played that non-stop.
Yep.
I would, if I had an hour break in the day, I would play that.
Yep.
But there's not a lot of games you could play like that. There's not a lot of games that you could just say, I'm going to take 20, 30 minutes and I'm going to do a mission.
Yes. And if you could, that'd be like, that's fun.
That's my lifestyle. That's what I need in a game.
Yeah.
So, and it broke my heart when Power World broke on me. Like, I can't play it now.
Yeah, I'm hoping we fix that. So, now, here's the good news. You did get a lot of the content done that you wanted to get done, I think. Or at least you got a good experience. Really. Okay, well, you had a good experience for a while.
I got a lot of good stuff. I enjoyed my time.
Yeah.
But it broke my heart. It doesn't make sense. I can't wrap my... I don't know if I explained to you what's happening fully. I think we've talked about it a little bit. But essentially, I do a clean install of my video driver.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go into the game and I can play for about an hour. You didn't see the base, the home that I built. Zealous and I sat up for like 2-3 hours. And this is me logging in and out of the game, building these crazy homes on top of our base. And it was our, because Spectre built his MTV cribs. Ours were MTV cribs. I've got a full bar. I've got like the rumpus room. I've got the grand piano. Oh yeah. It's like his is like a 5-story house. I have a loft on mine with like a balcony that oversees all the pals and has the little commander station on top of the balcony. So I can go out there and be like, work harder.
That's terrible.
On like the 4th floor of my house.
I just wanted to put over the breeding pit and be like, yeah.
That's a whole new level or a whole new base now.
Yeah.
You really should.
No, I know that. It's the grotto over there. Yeah, 100%. I know. Yeah.
So we spent all this time and did all this, and I was like, great, this is awesome. It's working again. Crash. It's like,
yep.
Okay, that's weird. So I logged back in. Now I got about 30 minutes. Crash. Log back in the next time. 15 minutes. Crash. Log back in the next time. 5 minutes. Crash. And I was like, I kept trying to finish something out of my house because I was like, what I was going to do is if I could, maybe reboot or do whatever I could do, and then record a short that's, hey, this is my MTV. Hey, MTV, this is my crib.
Right,
and then
right.
put that up on TikTok and YouTube.
Sure.
And I was like, I couldn't get it to work. And then it would always do like a 0x10 or 0x8 error. And then it started giving me this erroneous, weird error when I couldn't log in. I was like, that's strange. So I clean reinstalled the driver. I could play the game again. Okay, cool. So I'm playing the game,
the video driver.
Crashed. The graphics driver.
Uh-huh.
Well, first time I reinstalled the graphics driver, I completely uninstalled Steam, reinstalled the games.
Wow.
Reinstalled everything. I went wild because I didn't want to format.
Right.
So I reinstalled everything I could. I effed with the registry. And it did the thing again. You could play for a couple of hours. You could play for 30 minutes. You could play for 5 minutes. Clean reinstall the driver alone just to see what would happen. You could play for 2-3 hours. You could play for an hour. You could play for 30 minutes. It's like it's degrading my graphics driver.
It's so strange.
That it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I've sent multiple bug reports. I've asked the devs for help. I've been like, guys, what is going on?
Right.
This makes no sense. I've been in IT for years. You know me, I've been in IT for as long as we've known each other. I have never heard of this. Crazy. And I'm not the only one who's having this problem, but they
can't reproduce or whatever, right?
I haven't heard anything from them.
Yeah. Maybe they're working on content patches and they're not doing break fixes at the moment. I don't know. What I was going to say was, though, even though you didn't catch all the way up, maybe when the next content patch hits,
that's what
your machine will be in a good position to have fun with that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping to.
Yeah. Well, that and I'm in knee deep in that big project right now. So once that project's over, I'm going to do a format. And this time I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do what I used to do and make a ghost image.
Yes. Yeah. The redeploy image.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because that's the biggest problem I have right now is I don't have a ghost image.
Yeah. And it takes so long to rebuild everything. Yeah. No, I fully agree on having a good ghost image.
Yeah.
Which not everybody,
people don't understand.
People who don't work in IT don't understand.
Oh, yeah. Well, I used to format my machine before I streamed. I would just re-image my machine once a month. It was just habit. Bam. Fresh image. Clean.
I can't say I ever.
It was spring cleaning.
Not me. Never.
Before streaming.
Yes.
Now that I stream, I can't do that.
Yeah.
There's
just a reinstall. Okay, so I'm going to be...
Well, the downtime.
I'm going to tattletale on myself here. I probably have, and I'm not exaggerating, and these aren't quick little indie games. I probably have 29 games at all times installed on my computer. At all times. I have
That's a lot.
3 or 4 terabyte drive that just has maybe 600 gigs left because I just have that much shit on them. So for me to reinstall all my games again, that is going to be a challenge. That's a lot.
I don't have that many games installed, but I do have a number of games installed.
Be glad, because it calls analysis paralysis when it comes time to play games. Boy, I'm going to sound old here.
Go for it.
We have progressed so far past the age of storytellers. You remember there was a TV show that I loved growing up, and you'll remember this from the 80s, was Amazing Stories.
Oh, right? I was going to go somewhere else with that.
But remember, it was them sitting around the fireside telling these stories, and you had the art of the storyteller who could weave this beautiful tale to you. And you didn't give a fuck if it was real or not.
Yeah.
It was a great story, and I think we've lost that.
Yeah, in a way we kind of have.
Well, we rely so hard on media and movies right now that...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Break the fifth wall. What kind of Deadpool shit is this?
The fourth wall just exploded.
That's a fifth wall. That was my pants. Wall, yeah. I just shit. No, damn it. Sorry, Yoko. we have a language filter here on this.
Yeah, we do.
The only filter we have. I have a pop filter, not a language filter.
I don't even know that.
You're dangling on a little bit there, buddy.
I am.
You are.
Well, I break the fourth wall again a little bit. I bought this really nice spider mount. I was really excited for it, and it came with a pop filter, and I was very happy.
Yeah.
But the way we have to have this set up, it would be
well,
that's
mine,
not going to work
right here in the face, right?
Yes, I need to buy one like yours.
But that's okay.
It's not that big of a deal.
No, it's just a little flexible.
The mount was like $20. By the way, guys, hope if you haven't noticed, we have new mics, we've got new equipment. We're doing what we can to improve our quality so you guys have a better listening. experience.
Got a more comfortable couch to sit in now.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus.
Just,
it is so nice.
It's definitely now. I'll tell you. So between you and I,
but what I was gonna say,
yeah, go ahead,
is if you guys are enjoying this and appreciating the effort we're putting in, because we are genuinely trying to make this the best show we can.
Yeah.
Share this out with at least one friend.
Let somebody know if you like it. Somebody else might like it too.
Yeah,
and we'd appreciate.
We would love to see this actually thrive and grow and become something like long term.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? We have been chit chatting. Matter of fact, it's funny. We sat on this couch for like 3 hours today, talking, while one of my friends, Elder was trying to help us out with some of the issues we're having, and we're just like full on podcasting the entire time. And
but that's what we.
But
that's always
that's
do.
what we do. Yeah. This is literally just us talking,
or just if we're not here, we're at a restaurant, we're who knows where, at a convention.
See that?
Yeah,
I would love for like to meet people at MomoCon. Like I would love to, or any convention.
We could do a panel where we just record this at a panel.
Well, and I don't think we're there yet.
Who's to say we're not? Podcasting live.
So we could sign up for it.
Yeah, we could sign up for it.
We could sign up for an hour and do a live version of this at MomoCon.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I can. Boy, what's my job at MomoCon? I bet I could make that happen.
Yeah. And you know what? People show up. People don't show up.
I'm okay with it.
Maybe we have some people walk in and go, what the hell are they talking about? Oh, that sounds like fun.
No, we could do it live at MomoCon. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So write it down. We'll make that happen, actually. I'll schedule it.
I'm going to...
He's probably going to send me a Discord message.
You damn right I am.
Yeah. And you go like, God damn it.
But yeah. But I mean, because you know what's going to happen? You'll see it. I'll see it. We'll both see it.
Yeah, when I go upstairs, I'll be like, okay, what is this message? Oh, I need to do that.
Yep.
So while he does that...
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it in our chat.
So MomoCon is Memorial Day weekend in Atlanta every year. And I've been going to it for years. I'm the director of live streams out there. And if you're a streamer, like I'd love to have you actually broadcast from the event.
Hey, Vic, when was your first MomoCon? I know we talked about this already in another episode, but...
I have been to every single MomoCon since the first MomoCon. And technically, I was there at year 0 at TechwoodCon.
Same.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where Addie and I actually met Chaos.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I remember the very first time I met Jess.
Yep.
And I was brought up, and they're like, hey, this is the girl who's running the thing. I'm like,
oh, what?
It's been
Would that have been when we were at AE, or was that the year after that?
I think that was the year after. But
okay.
Yeah.
Because she approached us at AE to do TechwoodCon the following weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if that was the one that you came to, or if that was the one the year before that.
It's so weird because I thought we were, and this is going to sound so weird because I think there was a Sheridan, the same Sheridan I think that the convention, Richard Horvitz, that convention, it was at the top of that hotel in a room up there that I first met her. And
so that actually might have been InvaderCon then.
No, it was before InvaderCon. It was absolutely before InvaderCon.
Well, there's other conventions that happen around there. There's a lot of sci-fi conventions that happen in those hotels.
Right, and that's the thing. I didn't remember, but I'm like, there was a reason I had met her at one thing, but it was way back when. But it's been so long.
Yeah.
But
we go to too many cons.
I'll be at another one in like 5. I'm gonna be at PAX East.
Yeah.
And
I'm Kelly. I don't get to go to cons that much anymore.
I mean,
No,
your home life does not allow you the ability to go.
Well, if I was bringing in a greater income structure, which is actually correcting itself right now. Which
Good.
Is so nice.
Good.
I'll tell you about that at the start. We'll get into that shortly.
Follow the channels. We'd appreciate it.
It helps out a lot.
You know what? I never pitched. So funny enough, I literally never pitched myself. Mainly because I don't really care to grow my channel much. But if you ever look up Toothpick Vic, look for a Hawaiian shirt guy.
I always put you in the link on YouTube.
I never talk about it. I like, if you think about it, I've never mentioned it because I don't tend to like grow my channel
as much as I used to.
I stream 1 day a week on Friday, and that's to play games with you and my friends.
Yeah,
that's it. Other than that, unless it's I stream twice this week, but it's because I know, right? But it's because of fucking like I gotta play my game, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, unless it's something really exciting. Now, I will say, if we pick up Helldivers 2, which is basically Starship Troopers.
I know.
If we do it, I'll play. Because you know who actually reached out to me yesterday about it? Or 2 days ago about it?
Scooter?
No. You should have got a message too. Wired Knight.
No.
He told me he messaged you.
Where?
Facebook. I know you don't look at the Booker anymore, right? But
I looked in Booker the other day.
Well, okay, let's not look right now. Because we'll get
I'm going to look right now.
Okay.
Oh!
Was there a message there?
Yeah.
See?
Tuesday at 5?
Yeah. So he messaged me and he's like, hey, I'm looking for a squad to play games with. Are you going to start playing? And I'm like, personally, probably not. I said, but if I do, if I decide to play the game, we will squad up. And he told me he messaged you.
Yeah.
So
I missed that.
That's
totally
what I was like, maybe I thought maybe I missed
it. It says he messaged me on Tuesday, but I swear I checked it on Tuesday. But maybe I checked it right before he messaged me. I don't know. I didn't check it at all yesterday because yesterday was kind of a dumpster fire. But
you get it.
Yeah, no, I messaged him back.
Well, I said,
so my answer to that is normally I'd be like, man, I don't want another game. I don't want another game. But when I have somebody that I haven't contacted, I haven't talked to him in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And we were really close back in the day.
Yep.
So like that's that moment where I'm like, all right, to play with, because I know Spectre wants to get into it. We could probably, is it on Xbox?
I don't know. I
think it is.
So
if it's
Spectre
on Xbox,
and Zelos are both trying to play it right now.
Yeah. So if it's on Xbox, that means we can get Bob into it. Bob's been dying to have another game to play with us.
Okay.
So we can get Bob into it too, and then if we get him, Wired Knight into it.
Now, is he just? Not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Is Bob just strictly a console guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have a PC to play with, but
that's cool. That's his.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Some people just. PCs are very expensive to build by comparison.
I think their initial cost to get in is a heavy investment.
Yes.
Afterwards, they're not so hard to maintain.
Vic,
unless you go chasing.
I didn't want to look at it for the longest time. And I just found out tonight because you were talking about building a new PC that the Zen 4 processors came out apparently like 2 years ago. And I didn't pay attention. I didn't want to know. But now my brain is like, but Zen 5's getting announced at the end of the year. Brain, you do not need another processor. We have a 5900X. We can play any game on the market.
So my rule with buying most of my hardware at this point is, unless it's a video card, 6 months to a year is perfectly fine. Like, I can wait a year after something drops for the price to drop, or for the next model to even come out, and be good.
I bought tooth and nail for my 5900X because I bought that during COVID. Remember when all that hardware was getting hoarded and impossible to come by?
Yeah, because it was right after COVID, or right in the beginning of waves of COVID, we stopped receiving the imports.
Yes.
So yeah, the scarcity had went through the roof.
When I got a call from someone at Micro Center and said, hey, you were in here the other day looking for one of these. We got 10 of them.
I'll be there. I'm on my way.
We open in a half hour. It takes me about a half hour to get down there. I threw my child, one child at the time, into the car. And I got on the road and I got on the highway because I was like, I am not missing this opportunity.
You shut up back there. We're going to get this processor. That's what matters.
And I did. They had one left when I got there.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, but everyone was after the 5900. Everyone was. Those Zen 3 processors had just come out. And they were the hottest thing on the market. And COVID was still in effect. This was August or September. Something like that.
That's actually how I got my newest Raspberry Pi. Yeah. Those things sell out like that.
Yeah.
So I was walking around Micro Center, and I went over to like the maker section. I went to go buy a Pi, and I looked at them like, hey, is there a Pi here? Nope, we're completely out. I'm like, all right, that sucks. And somebody walked past me with a box and stopped at the display case. And I said, are those Pis? Yeah. Just took one out of the box. I'm like, all right, cool. And then went over to think, bought it instantly.
Yeah, of course.
And then I also found out there's something called an Orange Pi. And the Orange Pi's, well, I want to say better, but it's different hardware.
Is it different hardware? I thought it was a little bit larger, had more ports.
It's got more options too.
And I readjust. I've been sitting like that for
I have
45 minutes.
I literally have a cramp right here because I've been sitting at this angle. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, so I'll be
Yeah, I just
using.
had to readjust.
Yeah, I'll be using the massager like mad later on. So I think we've learned a
But I
lesson.
sat there for like 3 hours like
Well,
that.
and
Yeah.
I think we've learned a lesson, which is next time we come in here, we do the recording, and then we get the hell up, walk around.
Old man.
This angle is just like hell.
Well, I mean, once again, I've been sitting here since I said 45 minutes earlier. I happen to realize I'm like, it's what?
It's like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I've been sitting here since like 9.
Yeah. We've been sitting here a hot minute. So
I don't even sit down that long normally.
Yeah.
But I got kids, man. I can't do that. I can't even sleep that long. Come on.
In fairness, though, it's been a wow. Where the hell did that come from? In fairness, it's been a pretty good night, though.
It has.
We got a lot done with a lot of new hardware setups.
So I gotta give you crap.
Okay.
So I got here at 7, right? So I get here at 7, and kudos to you. I paid you for it, but I had him order a mic to his house. I had him order the mount and everything to his house.
Yep.
And so he bought it on Amazon. I gave him cash for it. And we got there, and I was like, I just didn't even think about it. I don't have a mic stand. So we run out to a couple of stores, and we're looking at mic stands.
Yep.
And finally we find one. We come back. It wasn't that bad. It was like 8 when we finally got.
Yeah, it took us about an hour to get
to the mic stand.
Well, yeah,
because we tried several different stores.
Yeah.
And finally, we went to like the last place that was like, okay, this place will have it. It'll be more expensive, and it's out of the way. But we got it, right. Get home, and I'm like, got the box. And I'm starting to take this thing apart, and I'm starting to set up so we can set up our audio. And he comes into the room, and he's like, "So."
You have to realize halfway through the night, I'm like, I got a lot of random shit at my house. I don't know what I've got.
So it comes out with a mic stand. It's not in use.
I'm like, oh, check this out in the garage. And he just looks at me like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like,
It's not the end of the world, though.
Could have saved an entire hour.
Yeah, hour and a half, technically. But yeah, still, I mean, you know what? We got a great story out of it, though.
Yeah, we did. We got a story.
A funny story.
We got a funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is how things go down.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I'm like, probably should have checked before we left. Probably should have done a once over.
So many things. Because you even had probably this same thing at your house you could have brought in.
I actually don't have one like this. All mine are the desktop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I only have this because I buy random shit. I mean, that's just
what?
How
no.
So, Yoko might notice a small difference here. Maybe not.
I don't know.
He probably won't notice a difference. But there's a brand new. I've only used it twice before. There's a different camera being used. For this. Yeah. That's why I was doing the whole like this thing. So yeah. So this is the
Eldron disabled my toy.
I know, and I'm so happy he did, because otherwise you realize once you broke it once, we would have to stop and get up and fix it. And
then
I
wouldn't do it during the podcast. I'd wait till like the end of the recording or something.
It would happen on accident. You would do this thing on accident, and you'd be like, "Oh, so there was this thing I did."
Are you suggesting that I hand gesture a lot?
No, really. You don't have Italian in you? Because somebody here got a little exactly. I am sitting in a weird angle, and there's literally something in the way. Otherwise, I'd be talking with my hands constantly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
I've had to train myself not to do that because of the mic being up in my face.
Yeah, well now I don't, and you know me, my microphone is 3.5 foot away from me, aimed at my face. This is way up in my grill.
Yeah, and it's not even that close to you. Like, it's gonna be a bit of a shock, but once you get used to it, it's not that big.
I mean, I don't even look at it.
You'll learn to ignore it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless I get up on it, I'm like, oh.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly. As we fidget around like, okay. My PhD.
Guilty. Yeah. Oh, it's not even the PhD. It's the full on ADD now.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
X, Y, Z, P, D, Q, B, D,
yeah, all the full alphabet. As I do the alphabet across the room and back again.
Before girls see. Oh God, you don't remember that. You have
Before girls see?
Yes. XYZ PDQ BGS.
No clue.
Oh my god.
100% up above my head.
Where's
Chaos?
Yes.
I have no idea. Chaos saved me. No, I have no idea. I literally have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I just don't know.
The left rights.
Boy,
you should know.
Boy, I don't know if I didn't even try to roll my eyes. That just happened. That just literally happened. I was not like, hyper nothing, just like flat up like boom. Really? I'm going home. Shit.
Whatever. I love that album.
I do remember my favorite song out of there. Suburban.
Oh,
Middle
yeah.
class?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta say this.
No.
That video.
The only thing better than Star Wars is
a guitar solo from 1984.
There you
It
go.
took me a second. I'm like, hold on. What's the name?
He hasn't forgotten, ladies and gentlemen.
It's standing still at a Radiohead concert, right?
It's better than standing still at a Radiohead concert.
And hold on. And the next line was the Starbucks cups in order.
Yes.
Yeah. But I can't remember what they were. Tall, Vente. Yeah.
Tall, Grande, Vente.
Whatever. Oh my God. That song. Okay, so even though the song is stupid.
You can't say the name. Well, I guess you can say the name, but it's
just white, right?
Suburban.
Middle class.
Never gonna have to work again.
Daddy is a lawyer and there's nothing that I'm sorry for. I told you before, my problem is music. Songs get stuck in my...
That song lives rent free. Like,
dude,
constantly.
I hate it. All right, anyways. So what I was trying to say was, that video, the actual video, is so ridiculous that I love it.
I pulls up the song.
Oh yeah. So in the middle of it, like it's the idiot TikTok before idiot TikTok.
Yes.
Way before.
Yes.
And just the two girls doing the little dance, and then suddenly shit goes sideways.
If you haven't seen the music video,
oh my God,
for White by the Left Rights, go. It is a really offensive song, but it is hilarious.
Is it offensive?
Oh, it's pretty damn offensive.
Okay. Well, it's offensive to some people. If there are certain demographics out there that if you fit any of those demographics,
that's the sad reality. You'll sit there and go, yep. God damn it, I'm offended. Yep.
I was watching Drawn Together again because, of course, I mentioned Drawn Together. I was watching Drawn Together.
Not an episode goes by,
dude. I can't help it.
But it works. It's so appropriate.
Well, so it was Spanky Ham, right? And they were like, it was during like the censors. And they rated the show as like it was TV Guide, and they were like rated it, or Entertainment Weekly rated it as one of the worst TV shows on air. And they're like, how can you rate it this bad? So he goes to the show, goes to the actual show, and he goes, the girl who was rating the show was literally every single thing he could offend, and it was just that, and like, you are literally the target. You are not our target audience.
Yes,
you are the antithesis.
Yes,
it was beautiful. So yeah,
that show, man.
Yeah, Phil.
Everything always goes back to that show.
Not intentionally.
No, it's just like the perfect show.
Perfectly fucked up show.
I mean, what did I say?
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I think it's for our type of humor. It's right there.
Yeah.
You know what other show?
I think everyone should be subjected to that show.
You know what other show we haven't talked about? I don't think really ever.
What's that?
Have we really talked about Venture Brothers before?
Yeah, we have.
We have?
We talked about your costume.
That's not really talking about the Venture Brothers.
Which...
That's fine. No. We were talking about that, but that's not actually having a conversation about the show itself.
Well, we talked a little bit about it, but okay. I mean, okay.
No, I just mentioned Alibu. I don't think I'm prepared to have that conversation. I would want to almost go back and watch some of the episodes again, because like,
I watched a ton of the episodes recently.
Have you?
Oh yeah. So they did a marathon on YouTube. Adult Swim's YouTube channel was doing a marathon. And I'm talking weeks they ran this of
Wow.
just several different episodes back to back to back to back leading up to the movie.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fair.
It was things that were key plot points for the movie.
So in the closet, I have a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I was like, "Oh, I should grab a random couple." I was gonna say I should grab a couple of them and see if they spark any memories. Because I tell you, the one that just caught my attention.
What's that?
Chaos did a video with this girl, and it was a Magatama, I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
the little like 9 looking thing, and it was her, but it's some like martial arts thing. The animation wasn't great. The story wasn't even that great, but I remember it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah. And so I'm wondering what I've got back there.
Probably some interesting relics.
I'm just gonna grab 3. The first 3 I see.
Okay.
All right.
Keep talking. Make fun of you. I find it funny just because you know where my anime is in my house. Front and center in the living room. If you walk into my house, I have a shelf that is 7 feet tall by 7 feet long, and it is nothing but anime. So when people walk into my house, the first thing they see on their right is a wall of anime. Oh, and I have another shelf that's 7 feet tall by 7 feet long that's nothing but manga, like that. So I've got a wall of weebdom on this side, and on the other side, I have my big entertainment center with all of my video games. I am an adult, but it doesn't mean I have to act like one.
I don't know what it is, but that's some like going to jail shit. That's what it looks like.
Put that 77 shit away.
So this.
Okay, I'm not a big Fate fan, but yeah,
I'm a huge Fate fan. So for me, Fate works.
We saw they're getting
This is the original, the OG.
Oh my god.
Yeah, how about it? You guys?
I found my Windows
XP Explorer. No, Windows XP.
That's Pro Edition because it's blue.
Oh, but the disc isn't in it.
Oh, you suck.
But look, the code is. That's what mattered.
Yeah, that is actually what matters.
Yeah. Icky Towson.
Oh, of course.
That was the name of the show I was trying to remember. That was what I was trying to describe. Love Roo? What is that?
No. Put that away. Duck Robotech? Is this still the wrapper?
Yeah.
Oh my shit.
Yeah, I was going to mention it. So I have something else in there. Yeah. Unopened, still in the wrapper Robotech.
Feel the weight on that? You don't deserve this. It's still in the wrapper.
Don't worry. I got the one that's really going to make you laugh. You ready for it?
No. Oh my god.
Isn't this I Must Be Dreaming?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the funny part is, I have 2 boxes of that.
Of Rosnopon?
Yes. One I got with the t-shirt.
Well, and I think that's what this had. You can see how it's like
nope,
here.
The t-shirt box is blue.
Oh, then what was supposed to be here?
Nothing. This is just there's like a billion.
Well, that used to be like an insert.
This is no. Well, yeah, there was always an insert that came with these, but it was just a paper insert.
Okay,
so
that's why it ended up so bad.
Yeah, so when they sold these, they sold the first DVD and a paper insert so that you could put the rest of the DVDs in it. This is the way anime used to come.
Yeah.
And you'd have like 8 DVDs that you have to buy at $30. Why are they stuck together?
Not like that. Look, hold on now. Hold on. Let's be honest.
Don't shake it. Don't shake it.
Oh, look. It still had the security tag in it there, too. Make sure I didn't yoink this one.
Do that again.
No.
All right. So next time he comes out of the closet.
I know, right? What are you doing? I'm still in the closet. I still love this show.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't love Higurashi, right?
That was its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I used to buy the hell out of some, like, art boxes and stuff. But they just don't sell them like that anymore. But, I mean, I get it. It's... Though physical media is making a comeback. We should talk about that. Oh, my God. I think that was even one of the points that I wanted to make this week. Oh, God.
So, I'm afraid, because if I start walking around in there for more than a few minutes, there's so much random stuff back there.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, we could go on a tangent real hard.
So, let's talk physical media for a minute.
Sure.
So, we were talking about physical media, though.
Mm-hmm.
Legit. Because that is a topic right now. So like you remember? Did you hear all the stuff going on with Funimation?
No, what's going on with Funimation?
Okay, so Funimation has recently canned all their online stuff because Funimation. Okay, Crunchyroll bought Funimation.
Yep.
Funimation bought Crunchyroll. Whatever. There's a Crunchyroll Funimation merger thing going on. So Funimation canned all of their online stuff now. So if you owned a digital copy of an anime or something, you can no longer access it.
So if I paid my money to have access to a digital version, not just to have a subscription, but I paid for Fate, but stored online.
Yes.
I no longer have access to that?
Yep.
Did they offer me a time window to download it
It's not downloadable.
Okay, then I have a problem with this.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Here's the way it was advertised. If you're like random Joe Schmo just reading crap on the internet. Who owns Funimation now?
Isn't it Crunchyroll, right?
No.
Who owns them?
Funimation bought Crunchyroll. There's a merger going on. Who's the parent company now? Who bought Funimation?
Don't know. Who?
Sony. So when you go online, I think it was a week or two ago, probably several weeks ago by the time this video goes out, you online, you start seeing headlines. Sony is deleting paid digital content. What is Sony's arguably biggest market right now?
Other than like the movies or what?
Probably bigger than the movies.
Music, I would have assumed, but what?
I would argue probably even bigger than that, at least in my opinion.
What is it?
The PlayStation.
Okay.
Think about all the digital games that people own.
But are they getting rid of those?
No.
That's what I thought.
But what do people think when they first see a headline?
Okay. You think
saying
they immediately went for their...
People have lost their crap.
Okay.
So what's happening right now is people are starting to see the value in physical media. Physical media, and I talked about this a while back because I had a Wii that I bought a bunch of games on.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of digital games on, but the Wii died. And I'm like, I have hundreds of dollars in digital games on this thing, and now I have no way to access them.
Yep.
However, I go back to my NES days, my Genesis days, and I have these beautiful cartridges that I spent hundreds of dollars on that will never go bad.
Yeah. And if they did, there's still ways to recover the data off of it and put it on a new card.
Yeah. So people, as of the last week or two, are starting to wake up to the idea that online digital media is not the future that they think it is.
Yeah.
Physical media is starting to make a major comeback. And people have done this for a while now. People were buying, especially in the anime community, people have been buying Laserdiscs like crazy lately. The price of Laserdiscs, I used to buy Laserdiscs for AMV editing, $2 to $3 a disc.
Really?
Yes.
That's dirt cheap.
When I bought my Laserdisc player, it came with a copy of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Oh, wow.
And a Japanese copy of Laputa, what they call Castle in the Sky over here, for free. They gave these things away.
Wow.
Now, of course, Michael Jackson was alive at the time. And at the time, Disney hadn't quite licensed all the Miyazaki films.
Right.
But still,
the
fact they gave these away, it just tells you how devalued they were. And now, at convention a couple months ago, I bought those copies of Initial D on Japanese Laserdisc that most people couldn't even play.
Right.
Cost me $180.
Woo! Woo! You can drift right the fuck out with that shit.
But I wanted it. That's my jam.
You know what?
That's my jam.
And that's okay. You're an adult.
Yes.
You can spend adult money how you want to.
I had saved for the convention. I was going to spend it either on a Gundam model or something like that. Because some of those models I've got are for like $400 or $500. So I was going to either spend it on a model or I was going to spend it somewhere else. And I saw this and I was like, this is a one-of-a-kind item. I want to own this.
Yeah.
The difference between me and most people, I have the means to watch it. People are now hoarding all this physical media for the sake of, oh, it's pretty. People have started buying records en masse, like old vinyls and stuff.
I've seen that, yeah.
Have you seen what they're doing now with records?
No.
They can liquid fill them. So you can have a record that looks like a lava lamp that'll actually like move around and stuff as you spin it. I have tons of records. We were talking about left rights earlier. My collection of vinyls includes 3 or 4 different copies of the same vinyl from from MSI and specifically Jimmy Urin's solo projects.
Sure.
Just because they'll release really cool looking editions of it. I was letting you listen to an album a while ago. Wasn't your cup of tea, but it's all based on horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
They released one that's blood splatters. It's a white album, but it's got like red splotches on it. It looks like a blood splatter. There are really cool things they do with the vinyls right now to make them look pretty. So, and what you do, you can buy a special frame, and you could wall mount this. So you have album cover, and you have this beautiful album, and it's just a piece of wall art. Physical media has been there, and it's niche, but now people are starting to realize that these are way better than having some digital thing online that could be gone into moment's notice.
So I've always agreed with that entirely. I have been a huge fan my whole life of owning the game, because the difference is I can take a game and be like, hey, I had a lot of fun with this. You should try it. And I can hand it to you and you can play it and I can get it back. I haven't lost it. I've just loaned it. Right?
Yeah.
And I can give other people the experience. Now, I've only paid one time for that, and you didn't have to buy it off me, right? So there's no secondary market. But secondly,
there is a secondary market.
Well, no, not between you and I. There's not. There is a secondary market to sell to other people.
Yes.
But what I'm saying instead is now, this is going to sound really dark, but I'm an older guy. I can now take all my games and give them to my daughter and say, I want you to have a chance to experience some of the amazing games that and even if I just take the top 10% of games that I've played, here's just $1,000 worth of games you'll never get to play or see again, or our anime collection at this point, right?
Yes.
Like you can say, here, she loves Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
She loved it. I was like, okay, I've never seen this show. I watched it all. I bought the entire set on Blu-ray, and now she owns it. Why?
Yeah.
Just because she's got it forever, right? And same thing. I love Fate. I can hand her these. Now she can watch it up until Blu-ray goes away. Maybe.
Well, is it though?
I don't know.
Because remember,
we don't know what the next evolution of this stuff is going to be. DVD's still around. It took forever for VHS to start phasing out, and there are still plenty of people.
But everything has daisy chained off that same concept. DVDs were backwards compatible with CDs.
Yes.
Blu-rays are backwards compatible with both DVD and CD. Then they had 4K Blu-ray, which is backwards compatible to regular Blu-rays, DVDs, and CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Everything at this point has been backwards compatible, and that has been by design.
Yes.
So changing formats, the only reason we changed from VHS to DVD is because VHSs were literally going to die out.
Yeah, they're taped. They are eventually going to corrode, fall apart. It has a shelf life, honestly.
Yes. Well, and I follow a lot of VHS and even Betamax, believe it or not, collectors on TikTok, and they will show you how to like check for mold and things like you wouldn't think. But yes, apparently those tapes can mold.
Yeah. I've got a buddy, Daniel the Demon. He's a big streamer on Twitch. Yeah. He does the same thing. He takes the whole thing apart, he cleans them up, and he stores them. His thing is horror movies, and he loves VHS. So he's got a huge collection, and he does that same thing. He goes through and cleans them all up, buys them, and just like, all right, we're going to restore these.
But there's going to come a time here shortly. In fact, I found a few. I have some VHS tapes that flat don't work anymore.
Yeah.
And it is a medium that is going to perish. But if you have some really old ones that you've somehow restored or kept in good condition that still play, there's going to come a time where there are going to be people that are going to be like, that's ancient. I want that. That's worth money.
Well, baseball cards. Not go into baseball cards because it's not something I know a lot about. But that style has gone away a lot. I don't know if Upper Deck still makes cards. I don't know what's going on.
We were just at the store tonight. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Topps is, in fact, I think baseball cards right now are kind of almost where they were 2013. Oh God,
really?
The 90s, because of Pokemon. Because of the Pokemon market and how huge card collecting got there, sports collectors are starting to get back into collecting cards.
Okay, I'm gonna ask something off the wall. So literally, we know that when you're playing a CCG,
Yeah.
I'm playing a strategy game. I'm taking my cards and my team and my deck and my strategies, and I'm playing them against you. We know that.
You're not using this to justify Pokemon, are you?
No. What I'm asking is, do you think people are doing this with fantasy baseball teams? Are they like, I'm not building a fantasy baseball team and playing against your fantasy baseball team?
I don't know.
I mean, because that's like, I understand that
Most of that's done online.
but that's the thing though, collecting the cards was just an appreciation for like art, for stamps and art, and saying this is so and so's card. I'm storing that because that makes me happy, right? There's no strategy game involved behind this.
I'm a child of the early 90s, late 80s, right? Yeah. I love Dale Strawberry up until the point he kind of got busted for cocaine. But I have a baseball card of his and a ball that I got caught and signed. That's a name that if you lived through the 90s, you would know because he kind of did some stupid stuff and got busted. But this is a dude who I admired. And I've got his rookie card from a very early game from his rookie team. Not his rookie year, but an early year of him playing baseball. And got a ball signed that can be dated to that era with that card and all that stuff. That is stuff that's sentimental value, but also is valued back to that individual who is notable for being extremely good and then having a less than reputable end to that career.
Sure.
But that is mostly where that is. I don't know that people are using those as like fantasy baseball teams or fantasy football, but I mean, they could.
Well, I guess what I was saying more that is I know the value of a Pokemon card or a Magic card because of its value in play space and in rarity. I know that.
But its value in play space and its rarity, it really doesn't have anything to do with the true value. If you go look at Pokemon cards and value, most cards are just what's a popular character.
So, well, okay, there's always going to be scarcity, right?
Scarcity is a thing.
Yeah. But a bunch of people took their Charmanders and one day in a mass thing, hey, everybody, let's light our Charmander tails. And all those cards got burned up. Yes. And there's only, I was making that
I was at the convention a couple months ago and I was looking at one of those cards and it was a 1. A 1.
A 1? What do you mean?
It was graded.
Is it?
Its grade was 1.
As in like trash or as in perfect?
That would be a 10.
Okay. Oh, it's pure trash.
1.
Got it. Yeah.
But it didn't look bad. The edges weren't terrible. The markings were... The reason it was a 1, somebody had taken a pin and put it through the eye.
Oh.
Somehow that devalued it to a 1. But I looked at this, I was like, this isn't really that bad.
Okay, but somebody out there would still pay for it. I laugh about this as a collector.
You make a valid point.
Yeah.
It was not a rare card, though. You can still find them. It's what makes it rare is finding one that's in perfect condition because a lot of them were destroyed.
Yeah. Or heavily played. Oh God. Well, okay. So
you want to take it back?
Sure.
The Black Lotus.
No, well, that's actually what I was about to start heading into.
Oh God.
So like, we know that older cards, especially when people first started playing, you handled the cards a lot, you shuffled them a lot. Especially when
you buy it to play.
Yeah, and your hands were sweaty. Your cards get browned. They get ick, and they get deformed. But you weren't thinking of these as collector. We mentioned about the comic books. How I used to take comic books, read them, and throw them in the trash. Because I didn't understand there was a collectible media.
You and I are a little different in that regard, because I always knew that I wanted to collect my comics, but I'm kind of a hoarder at heart. But I do. I go back and look at some of the comics I had as a kid, and I didn't board them. I didn't take care of them. I didn't keep them in plastic.
Right.
One of my favorite comics of all time is sitting in a binder with a bunch of baseball cards. Yeah, you look at me and you go, are you an idiot? But I know better now.
Yes.
At the time, I did not.
And that's fair.
It was a book of my favorite things. Is it worth anything now? No. If it was in perfect condition, would it be worth a lot of money? Yeah, it's the first time Bishop had shown up in Marvel Comics at all.
Oh, Bishop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I love Bishop.
Interesting character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bishop was one of my favorite Marvel characters for years and years and years and years and years. And yeah, I kept that comic book. I read it once a month for ages.
So I cut you off in the middle of your story about
You're
the
fine.
Black Lotus.
Oh God.
So
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, you know what?
No, we can talk about it because it is a prime example of devaluing things.
Sure.
I think I've told the story.
Maybe.
If I haven't, somebody's gonna cry out there. How much would a Black Lotus, a graded, let's say a 9 Black Lotus, be worth?
Alpha or beta? Just give me a number. Or 1. Alpha or beta?
I don't remember which one mine is though.
Doesn't matter.
Let's just say alpha.
All right. You talk about the story and I will look it up.
So, I don't know whether it's an alpha or a beta, I'll be honest with you. But when I was in high school, all my friends were getting into Magic and I wanted to get into Magic. But I had a really nice job at the time. Well, nice to me at the time. I was making about $100 a week, which isn't money today. But back then, when you didn't have any bills or anything like that, it was good money in the 90s. So I took a pocket full of several weeks worth of payments, or several weeks worth of paychecks. And I was like, I'm going to go buy a deck. But I could big ball this, right? I could just walk in there and just drop stacks. So I was looking at it, I was like, that card is $300. Can we base a deck around that? And I had the guy build me a deck. I didn't know what I was doing. And then show me how to play it. And I was like, oh, this will be exciting. And then they had a tournament that night. All my friends were going to. So I show up at the tournament. And I go to pull out my deck. And immediately they're like, that's illegal. You can't play that in this tournament. I'm like, same card shop, same people. I just bought this. You helped me build this deck. You showed me how to play this. Yeah, but it's not legal in tournament play. And immediately, the amount of anger and rage, I just packed up. I went home. And I was like, I'm done. I don't need this in my life. This is stupid. And my brother was trying to get into Magic, so I gave it to my brother. So, before I continue on, just how much?
If it was in near mint condition, not perfect, near mint, 75,000. $75,000 with a T. If it was an alpha, even more.
Anyway, so I gave it to my brother, my younger brother, 4 years younger than I am. And I was like, go have fun. You know what? Here's the deck that I built. You're going to go play with your friends at school. I'm mad, but it's like, I think the whole deck cost me $350 or something like that to build. An expensive deck, mind you.
Absolutely.
Especially considering inflation.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm mad. And I want somebody to at least enjoy what I had built. I found out shortly after the fact that he played with kids that ripped cards. If you lost a match, you ripped a card. I've told you this, don't look shocked. My $300 in the 90s Black Lotus got ripped solid in two. And because of that, was obviously discarded. It was done. It was gone forever. I did not know this was going to happen to my $300 at the time card. Now finding out how much that card would have been worth. Of course, in fairness, like, who could foresee this, right? Like, who could have ever foreseen this, that they were going to be this valuable?
Not this valuable,
but pretty damn valuable.
I would have been called to somebody's house for beating the hell out of some kid. I could not. I could not.
I was so mad about the tournament situation. I just moved down to greener pastures.
You know, to be fair, now I know your relationship. We're not going to cover that on this podcast, but yeah. I know people who have had bad experiences with family and friends, and it has cost them a whole lot more for them to remove them from their lives. So if this was a situation where somebody cost you $300 and it was painful, but it got you out of their life forever, so be it. Now, not That's not happened here.
Yeah.
But
well, I just was like, older brother, right? You're trying to get into Magic. You're not gonna play tournament. You're just gonna go play with your friends. Go have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Don't destroy something I gave you.
But
it was never your property.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. But that's just a serial situation.
Boy.
Yeah, we could have a whole.
Ooh, here's my favorite comic book. Cool. Pull.
That's a Superman #1. Never heard of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It ain't so super now. Jesus.
Looks like just Swiss cheese man #1. Yeah. Yeah. That makes me cry.
Well, to cheer things up and make it a little better, guys, we are on a nice new comfortable couch in a new location.
Yeah, make sure you guys give us a follow.
Yeah, if you
share it with a friend,
tell somebody, let them know you had a good time hanging out here, and that these guys.
Or if you cried tears of manly,
I got a little misty there. I'll be dead honest, that hurt me. Whew.
And you've heard that story dozens of times.
Have I?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to me.
Yeah, that story.
You tell me a year from now, I'm like, that is so sad. Have I heard that before? I'm like, no, man. Just the first time you're like, I believe.
I don't know how you could forget that one. That one's one of those that I'm just.
Ask me again during dinner.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's one of those ones that like is. It's a rift. It's a definite rift in my life.
Yeah,
where it's like, because if it was an alpha, I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't go back and look at the Magic cards now, because
we're talking about values.
Yeah.
I forget what got us on the topic of conversation, but in fairness, though, I do have a number of other things in my collection that are worth decent money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other one that kind of irks me, and it's not to nearly the same extent. I used to own a gold box Neo Geo.
A gold box Neo Geo?
Yep.
Like the console?
Yeah.
They had a gold box version?
So it's the US edition.
Okay.
So it's black and gold, but it's not like a special edition or anything like that. But the US versions were very, very, very rare.
I didn't know many who had them. Yeah.
Japanese versions are even cheaper than the American versions.
Yeah.
And I bought it for like $50, I think. Came in box and everything. But I mean, you also got to remember, this was like 2001, 2 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the time, they were just old consoles.
Yeah.
People were dumping them. You couldn't get games for them or anything like that. There was no support for them or whatever. Actually, no, I take it back. I may have paid up to $300 for it or something like that. I paid pennies for the damn thing, but it was in box, all the paperwork, everything, and because $50 is what I paid for my 3DO. But either way, doesn't matter. This came in a lot. It was very inexpensive, and when I found out what it was actually worth, I went, oh. So I treated that thing like gold.
Of course.
So when the wife and I moved into the apartment, remember the really tiny apartment we had?
Yeah.
We had to downsize. I bought one of those totes. It's like 50 gallons.
Yeah.
Huge. And I put it in there. I had a layer of NES games on the bottom. They're mostly just trash $1 games. Couple of Sega CD games, Sega Saturn games. And I put my Neo Geo in there and my Atari Jaguar. Now, my Jag didn't have a box. It is what it is. Those are kind of everywhere nowadays. But I had my Jaguar in there with some of its games. Had the Neo Geo in there, but the Neo Geo was like dead center. It was like cushioned by everything.
Sure.
This thing was going to be taken care of. And it was in a temperature-controlled storage facility for that reason. I'm like, I wanted to make sure this was taken care of. And it was in the very front of the storage facility, if you can start to see where this story is going.
Sure.
And a couple of years into us having the storage facility, because we had downsized our lives, you know, we bought an apartment that was extremely inexpensive so we could save up for the house. I got a call one night. There's been a theft. Someone broke into your storage facility. I'm like, what could they have taken out of the store? Oh, no. No. Yeah, they only got away with one tote because security scared them off, but they got a big tote out of the front of your storage. I'm like, oh. Right. I had to go over there and go check it out, and it was the only thing they stole was that tote. None of the like clothes that were in zip, that like those the bags.
Nobody wants clothes.
Nothing. But it was random. You could see in the security footage, these guys had literally like come in. They'd cut off we had one of those nice buffalo locks that are supposed to be like cut the bolt cutter proof. Right through that thing, and pulled it open, and the security was chasing him out. Two guys just grabbed it and just kind of ran off because it wasn't heavy.
Right,
it was full of video games.
But they got the first thing they can get their hands on.
Yeah, and then ran.
Yeah, they just happened to hit the trophy right away.
God.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, man.
I have not seen. I've seen another one about 5 or 6 years ago, and I want to say they're about $2,000 now. Or at the time they were $2,000. Now who knows? One day I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna find another one and I'm gonna buy it. But
nope, I'll buy an arcade cabinet.
Oh, arcade cabinets are cheap.
Well, actually, I'll buy an arcade cabinet with a main machine in it. And I'll play the shit out of that.
And the funny part is they're roughly the same thing.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna pay $2,000 for mine though.
No, but you know what? It's more the principle of the matter.
That's fair.
If I get to the point in my life that I can afford it, I have made it.
Yes. If I get to the point where I have that, I think we talked about this before. There's fuck you money and there's fuck off money or fuck it money.
Yeah.
Right? If I ever get to the point where I have either fuck it money or fuck you money, I'm okay.
I think we're getting there. I think we're doing pretty good for ourselves.
We're doing okay. Look, I got a brand new couch, so we're good.
I don't want to rub it too much because I'm going to electrocute myself.
Know, right? Zot. It's like Wonder Twin powers.
Nobody's going to get that reference anymore.
For the three of you who understand the Wonder Twin powers, activate, bitch.
Remember the old, what was it? Was it Harvey Birdman? Which one was it? He goes, he's form of a wash rag, but he's in the tub with Wonder Woman. Which one was it? It was one of those.
That's great.
Maybe it was C-Lab. It was one of those knockoff shows of the early 2000s on Cartoon Network.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can't talk about that. I started to say something and I'm like, nope. All right, well, with that, I think...
Form of a zucchini.
I can't even tonight. I can't even tonight. Jesus. Am I gonna
that note?
Yeah. Am I gonna be a tasty treat? No. No. It's a much darker night.
Oh shit. Oh my God.